PRC, quality service since 1972. Repairing TVs, console stereos, electronic musical instruments, pinball machines, arcade games, and more. Call 836-0454.
This is the Weather Xtreme video. This is for Wednesday, the 24th of September. James Spann here. Wonderful weather and just maybe the coolest air so far this season. About a week away. Let's talk about it. We'll go to some Skycam images around the network this morning. First off, the view from the Tennessee Valley. That's our Decatur Skycam looking at the Tennessee River there up in Morgan County. In the Birmingham Metro, that's our camera on top of the Wingate Inn overlooking U.S. Highway 280 in North Shelby and southern Jefferson counties. And down in Sumter County, there's a look at the Livingston Skycam. The tennis court's pretty quiet at 5:30 this morning. Here's a look at the water vapor satellite imagery this morning, and got a nice cold front coming down across the Midwest, way up north. That will not impact us. And a big storm developing, a non-tropical storm just off the coast of the Carolinas, and that's going to bring some pretty rough weather to the middle Atlantic coast over the next couple of days. Temperatures this morning are looking good. Look at all the 30s up in the northern Rockies and northern New England. We've got 50s down into North Alabama. And again, we think tomorrow morning will be even cooler. We're talking potential for low 50s around here, maybe even some upper 40s for the cooler valleys. Expected rain for the next 5 days. How about nothing? This is valid through Sunday evening all the way through the weekend. The wild weather on the Atlantic seaboard there, the eastern seaboard, all the way from Charleston to Cape Cod. And we've got the midweek system and potentially a tropical system later. We'll see. Let's look at first off at that midweek system. Again, that is not a classic tropical storm. That is a hybrid, but it doesn't matter what you call it. That's going to bring tropical storm force winds to the middle Atlantic coast of North Carolina, Virginia, Chesapeake Bay, Delaware. That'll be a wild and windy storm. And then down below that, we've got the tropical system that just can't get its act together. It's just hanging around Hispaniola, and accordingly, that big mountainous island is totally disrupting this thing. And if it can get its act together, and the models keep suggesting it will, this is where it should go, and it should go north, due north. And the latest modeling is shifting to the right, and we really have the no gap still suggesting maybe a hit near Providence, but most of the other models, including the GFDL, are now farther east, either into the Canadian Maritimes or the coast of Maine. And again, we'll see. We'll keep an eye on that, but certainly no impact on the weather here. Here's the GFS valid at 1 o'clock today. This is at 500 millibars, about 18,000 feet off the ground. Good-looking shortwave up in Canada, but around here things are nice and quiet. There's our developing low off the coast of the Carolinas. Tomorrow, that thing kind of backs up and approaches the North Carolina coast around Cape Fear. And again, that's to the north of that. That's going to be wild and windy. On the Outer Banks, they could see winds of maybe 50 miles per hour or greater, even though it's not a tropical storm in the classic sense. But around here, all that's to the east. Friday, in the upper levels, we note that upper level low is not that far away. You see that, and you wonder if we might have an issue. Well, I don't think so. The moisture stays northeast of here. The moisture backs into Gatlinburg and Knoxville, Tennessee, but again, around here, we'll leave it rain-free. And you can see the tropical system coming up. That would be Kyle. Saturday, starting off the weekend, Kyle is moving north. We stay dry. And Sunday, the GFS brings Kyle up to the far eastern tip of Maine. And it's not as developed as it was earlier this week. And again, that's all involving New England, not involving us. It'll be a beautiful day. And then Monday of next week, again, fantastic weather. We note that chilly 1,032 millibar high over Canada. And watch what happens here. Tuesday of next week, here comes a strong shortwave down across the Great Lakes that's going to sharpen up that eastern trough. And look at Wednesday of next week. A week from today, how about that? High amplitude pattern, big trough over the east. And if that's right, that's going to drive down the coolest air so far this season. And that will get us in the 40s statewide, at least for the northern half of the state. And you'll know, and by the way, that's the first day of October. You'll know it's the first day of October if that works out. And at the end of the cycle on the 9th of October, the trough is out west. Again, some type of tropical system shows up off in the Atlantic, off the East Coast. And again, in that case, the cooler air is out there over the western third of the United States. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video this morning. We'll have notes on the blog, alabamawx.com. The next video here by 3:30 today. And, of course, we invite you to watch us on television this evening, ABC 3340 News at 5, 6, and 10. Again, thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day, and God bless.